That's what I'm aiming for. What's up, Ringster? Can't hear or see. You can't hear me? Why is that? All right. Let's go. Can you hear me? Can everyone else hear me? First payout. Let's go, crew. How much? Max first payout. Fire. Can't wait to see the certificate. And then hopefully we can get a payout interview with you too. That'll be fire. Longs, potentially. Yeah, potentially. So you guys know we did take a loss yesterday. Came off a win streak. It is what it is. Prices ended up chopping for a while and then just kind of shot up. It is what it is. But yeah, crew, we definitely get you on a payout interview. Yeah, Alexi. Yeah, so if you guys remember the count last night, we ended at like 102,000, something like that. I think I made like a loss back and another 1,500 this morning, so that's why the account's sitting there. I can't complain. It would only let me take 2.5K. Damn. It'll go up. Your payout caps go up, so you'll be able to take more. All right, guys, let's go over to the buys for today. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. So if you guys remember, we did take UK 100 sells Monday. Played out beautiful. Okay, we ended up taking out down here just because I don't know if I risked big or what, but price, I was pretty good right here. Price ended up moving to our full 1 and 2. Okay, ended up melting. Right, still stayed valid within this bullish structure because it never fully broke these lows, just swept them. That's probably why we're going higher here. DAX, I told you guys yesterday I was bullish. We absolutely ripped, right? There was just no setup for me. Unless we entered at 71%, but nonetheless, I usually don't like doing that. I like entering lower time frame. There was just nothing, okay? We just absolutely ran. But nonetheless, direction of bias was correct. As far as today, okay, obviously, like, it looks like we are definitely still pumping within the 5 minute, but I'd expect sells. Like, I do think if we break some lows, maybe we could sell just due to the fact that we're now sitting within a new bullish leg. After we make a new bullish leg, we can definitely see a pullback before continuation, but it's not a guarantee, right? Only if we see good structure. UK 100, we're still kind of just pumping here, breaking internal highs, so we could also see a pullback potentially. We could just see price continue to pump. I'm just not a fan of it right now. As far as NASDAQ, let's go over NASDAQ. So before stream, I was just kind of chilling here. Beautiful setup, guys. There was a beautiful setup. Our bread and butter, I'll show you guys here on the 30-second. Again, we were within this lower time frame or this higher time frame, which was like a minute, 5 minute leg. We knew that we needed a pullback or to facilitate a pullback, so that's exactly what I was looking for. And just bada bing, bada boom, broke internal highs, had a pullback into 50%, took it, got to 1 and 2. Actually took at 71%, so that's why I absolutely got a nice little 1-2. Not on this account though, but I was just kind of messing around. Beautiful setup, bread and butter. I wish we got this on stream, guys. It was absolutely beautiful. But I did expect, obviously, prices sell off after that. Look, I mean, obviously it did. And the reason I expected to sell off from there is just because, again, if we look at the 5 minute, we're within this 5 minute leg. I'm not really liking how the higher time frames are, like even higher. Like, we just been pushing, guys. We just been pushing. Nonetheless, though, like, we're still sitting within this, like, even higher time frame, like hourly 30-minute bullish leg. So we could see a deeper pullback today. Okay. Like, honestly, like, yes, we're bullish within this 5 minute. But I really do expect sells, guys. Like, I'm just some reason, especially with these reactions up here at these highs, sells are kind of pushing me over the edge here. But again, like, we could get caught in this 5 minute internal bullish leg, and that would just not be okay. But we'll see. You know, again, like, prices looks like it did end up dumping off, having its pullback, and it looks like it could continue to dump off. So we'll see if we can catch something. But we'd either have to wait for it to break either side for me to look at something. So hello, chart is not on, it's on Discord. Fuck, my bad, guys. My bad, guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Boom. Thank you, YouTube. All right. So hope you guys heard me. Okay. I'm bearish. Like, okay, like price definitely does have signs that it could go bullish within here, but nonetheless, I just something's telling me sells today, especially just again like the higher time frame reactions that we're getting up here, these top wicks. I think we have room. I think we have room to sell, but we'll see. Again, we could end up taking buys on more of a short-term manner, or if price does end up confirming with breaking some type of internal high, then that tells us, you know, if internal structure is bullish, swing structure is bullish, might as well go for buys there. You know, it'd be a no-brainer. So we'll see what happens. But as far as DAX UK 100, again, like in these conditions, especially with UK 100, I don't like looking for buys. Yes, we can continue to buy within these trends, but I'm not a fan of that, just because seeing to the left how overextended we are and knowing the probabilities that a pullback will happen. And again, actually, no, that's DAX. UK 100, I mean, I guess same thing. We broke internal highs, so we definitely can pull back as well. And we have Tokyo low sitting down here, so I'm not a big fan. Let's get our money for today. I know, let's hope NAS gives us something, especially like early. I'm not trying to wait an hour today. I'm sorry, I'm trying to go sleep. I'm trying to go sleep. I've been off one. All right, let's see though. Again, if price comes up and starts breaking these highs, then we could assume buys are going to play out. And we can either play a short-term pullback or just wait for the pullback and then play the buys. But again, if price just dumps here, we don't even necessarily have to take sells. Like again, like we could catch some type of 30-second reversal, which would be the pullback of that 1 minute bearish leg, and then we're done. So we got 8 minutes. I'm so fucking tired, guys. It just all hit me right now. Wow. How much I risk, Nick? I got a 50K account. I mean, I wouldn't know that yet. Well, like 50K account, I'd say like 250, 300. Really no more, unless you're like, that's just playing it pretty safe, to be honest. But as far as like lot size, I wouldn't know yet, just because of the fact that we don't have our setup marked up yet, so we don't have our stop loss there yet. So yeah, wait for the contracts. I'll tell you, of course. I'd say 250 to 300. It's one of those days, guys. I'm just dead. Absolutely dead. Also, before we start trading, guys, again, go get yourself an account. Use code Nick. It's $99 for 50K, but code Nick is honestly pretty big discount right now. So that's a page. Again, code Nick. What's oil on futures? I'm not sure. I don't trade oil. But you can go buy an account and check it out. Guys, what's oil? Oh, let me ask Discord. I really just don't trade oil whatsoever. CL. It's CL Rocco. But yeah, guys, I got a really good discount right now. So go get an account, get funded. You know, there's instant funding too. If you guys don't know, I was talking about instant funding for a bit. But now it's out on the website. And again, now you even have the ability to get a bigger discount on them just by using my code Nick. What up, G? How you doing? Doing good. Told you I'd be on fire. We'll see how long I'm on Guru, to be honest. Like, one, we got to see how price is moving. If we're moving good, we'll be good. When is the code net good for? You should the discount right now should be good for maybe a couple days. Then it goes down to 15, but mine is either like 20-25% right now. So I'd say take advantage of it while you can. Even with the instant funding, guys, again, like you just no valuation, just go straight to it. Go straight to it. You left-handed? No. I'm right. Right-handed. You be trading New York? Yeah, sometimes when I'm awake. I probably won't tomorrow. I'm so dead right now. I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna sleep in. But like I trade New York a little bit differently. Just because I don't give a fuck on New York. But I still make money. Okay, makes sense. You like Latinas? What type of question is that? I do. I'll admit it. There's no indicator. What do you mean? Then why do you have a price on your left side? Gee, doesn't it seem stupid for you? Huh? Oh, Geo asked the question. You calculate your lot size on trading view using indicator. Which indicator you're using? This is the indicator I'm using, Geo. I mean that I'm building. You can also follow my Instagram. I post a lot about it. But yeah, it's basically like a probability checklist where you can kind of calculate your score of your trade. I don't really use that, but again, when it comes to my trading, like I, calculate right here. Again, futures, if I want to risk 250, we'll risk 500 today. Let's say our stop loss is 15 points on MNQ, or actually we're trading NQ, so it'll adjust one contract. So, but you can follow my Instagram. I'll post more there and stuff like that. It's on waitlist right now, but when it's out, it's out. Wait, hold on. What's your favorite race, Nick? Oh my god, I love everyone. Thanks. You better drop it. I will. It's gonna make it super easy. I know a lot of people, especially like students, when they come and work with me, the biggest thing that I've like realized over the years teaching like many students, hours and hours, is people struggle following their checklists or their plan. So this is like what it is. You can like customize it. You can add fucking fair value gaps if you want to. And again, it always calculated based out of 100. And then again, like the second biggest problem is people always either under risk, over risk. Biggest thing is over risking people to understand contracts and stuff like that. No, I love everyone. Love everyone. Okay. Don't you love everyone? I do. I just saw your message, Lexi. That's why I'm going to Mexico. Yeah. We had like a DTF AND, or we had a text AND. That shit just paid for the head. Fuck. When today? What are you talking about? All right, looks like we could be buying, guys. I mean, I'm not buying yet. I got no setup. We actually may not. We may just be coming up to hit this order block and sell off from there, to be honest with you. But if we break these highs here, I mean, yes, I'll be more confident in buys, but it doesn't mean we are going to buy. Again, first we have to see the break structure. If we don't, we don't. 143 monthly code. You're probably on elite. Here. Hold on. Rise. You're on Rise? No way. Should be like $70. Rise is $9.99 a month. Oh, 150K? Yeah, so 150K, it's, again, just like a 20-25% discount right now, I believe. So, yeah, if you get 150K, it's just going to give you that discount. So, yeah. I thought you were saying for 50K. I was like, whoa. That doesn't sound right, to be honest. Sounds about right. Yeah, I was about to say like, whoa, like it's like wrong 50K, but I get you. Daily time frame AMD on March 27. Fuck me. Yeah, we ripped. Absolutely ripped. All right, guys. Looks like we're not getting that break yet. How many micros do you recommend? So that can differ. Go get a like my like it like you can just be like, oh, I'm gonna trade this many micros, but if your stop loss is different, that's where you're gonna get screwed over. If your stop loss is always the same, okay, you can kind of figure out how many micros you should be risking to risk a certain amount. But again, like let's say we're on MNQ, okay, and you want to risk, I'd say if you're on a 50K account, you should be risking 250, 300 max per trade. But let's say you have a 15-point stop loss. What's that say? 8 contracts. But if you had, a 25-point stop loss, that's now 5 contracts. It's a pretty big difference. So that's why I always say, like, depending on how you trade, like if you're going to have like an actual set stop, then yes, you can always dictate like how many contracts you should be risking per trade. If you're always going to have a 25-point stop loss, then to risk 250, you're always going to risk 5 contracts. But you got to make sure you close at 25 points if price doesn't go your direction. So all right, just kind of waiting, guys. We'll see what happens here. I could be comfortable for sells if we start coming down and breaking these lows with some good aggression, because I know that at that point, oh my god, why can't I move it? Get bearish from this leg, how to pull back. We're now breaking internal lows, and then we can just expect price to come and take these lows at some point. So I don't know, like we'll see. We could end up still buying here, guys, and breaking these highs. And if we do buy, obviously we could just see that expansion higher. We could just wait for the pullback and then take buys. Or if we get a setup within, like up in these highs, like if we see price starting to flip internally, we could catch some type of short-term sell up there. Lost 600 today with Marks, paid 400 back. Maybe we can get the other 200 back. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it again. It's got to be patient here. It's got to see what price gives us. We're in line of session golden zone. Yeah, we'll see. Like, again, like I think sells look good, but at the same time, we still look good with buys within here. And we know that we have Tokyo High sitting up here as well. Like, we got decent liquidity, but that's where, again, like, this is why I love pullback setups, because, like, let's say now that we're breaking this high, let's say we end up closing, up here before we start dipping back. The one thing I love about these setups is it does not matter. Like, if you see the structure, obviously flipping trend internally, and you take sells here, it doesn't matter if price comes down to 50% and goes back up, because you're already out. And it doesn't matter if price hits 50% and just continues to dump because you're in sells. Like, it's just, I don't want to say it's a win-win, because obviously you can lose. But like in the sense of like when it, like what higher time frame or long-term direction is going to do, it doesn't really matter, just because, again, like, you're just catching that short-term pullback based off that last, bullish or bearish leg. In this case, it's, a bullish internal leg. So yeah, I'm just hoping we get a decent like print, like a decent push up here, and then we'll just play the pullback potentially. Again, it just depends on how price like prints. If we just get like these crazy bullish runs, like if we're just pumping and really have no internal structure to play off of, then we really can't take anything, because there's really no internal structures to dictate. Like, okay, we are flipping trend, at least within the internal structure. We can expect at least short-term buys or something like that. So let's go to XSR. What's up, G? Sorry, I forgot about YouTube, guys. Oh my god, I always forget about you guys. Okay, we're good there. We'll see what happens. Hoping we kind of just like stutter here. Stutter, maybe have a bearish candle print here, and then we take off higher, because at that point I would consider that maybe like an internal low that we could then play off of if price then started to come back down and break those lows. We could just play something like that. We'll see though. But again, I mean, we could get liquidity. What state located in? California. Cali. Do I like fair value gap or IFEG plays? No, not really. Like, I don't enter in off of them. Like, I'm not saying they don't work. Like, sometimes during New York, I'll see like the most textbook, like liquidity sweep, IFEG, rip into like daily highs or, session highs or whatever. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But nonetheless, like, it's just, it's not my style of trading. I'm not saying like sometimes I'll look like at areas like of imbalance. Like, I call it imbalance. Like, fair value gaps, the same shit to me. Like, again, it's just imbalance. But in my mind, I think price is more likely to, and again, in fair value gaps as well, like it'll come fill this whole thing, wick it, or just fill it and, drive right through it. I just expect these areas of imbalance to, get filled, I'd say, rather than just like get tapped or, South Cali like Luca, yes sir. Nick, Chris says you almost staying up, dude. You don't understand. Yeah, guys, my sleep's bad. Again, like I've been working on this a lot for you guys, a lot. Like this checklist, built-in calculator, a lot. Just dialing stuff in, especially because like I'm about to go on a trip for fucking 9 days, and I'm about to release this on. I'll tell you guys right now on May 8th. So again, you guys can always go follow me, Niicksfx on Instagram, because you guys will see it there. But then I'll be like, I'm just setting everything up, the content, just because like when I'm gone, I need to be able to still post it and stuff like that. No, Guru, I didn't hire no one. Where are you gonna go? I'm gonna go to Mexico. I'm gonna go a bunch of different spots. Oh my god. I'm already forgetting the names. How you coding them? It's a secret. It's a secret, Guru. I'm in Long Beach. Fire, Jerry. How do you like it out there? Why are you doing that, G? Dude. Oh yeah, I just answered that. But yeah, just working on this and trading in the morning, and then I'll just like stay up, and then it's my like once I hit a second wind, it's hard for me to go to sleep. Like, it's bad. I'm off no sleep right now. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been up all day. Working. And then I figured, like, the thing is, like, if I nap after 3, my sleep's just gonna continue to say fuck. Like, I'm gonna nap at 3, wake up at fucking 9 or 10 p.m. Keep in mind, stream, and then it's like I'm up. ChatGPT Codex guys revealed in 4K. Nah, I hate ChatGPT. I canceled that shit. I used to have a subscription on there. I canceled it. Let's see what DAX and UK 100 is doing, guys. We're still pumping. Never had a setup, though. Actually, did we? No. No setup. Guess here, potentially. How do I see charts on Legacy? I got my account with the typically on TradingView. So with Legacy, just look up NQ or MNQ. I always suggest MNQ, especially if you're just kind of starting out and stuff like that. So you would just press market, press chart, and it'll open you up one, or you can actually open up 2. You can open up as many as you want. But then from there, you can obviously press NQ. Hold on, I got to pay attention for a second. All right, guys. We broke the internal low on 32nd. Give me a second. Three contracts. Hold on, guys. I am not ready for this. I'll explain it right now. We may not even get set up, but I just got to prepare myself. If it hits equilibrium beforehand, Oh, it honestly might. If it hits equilibrium before we get that pullback, we're not taking it. Give me 1 second. Always want to adjust, make sure. Yeah, exactly. All right. So I'm going to take sells at that equilibrium. We actually could push to a little bit higher just because of imbalance, to be honest with you. Yeah, but we'll see. I'm not in sells yet, guys. Not in sells yet. I'm just placing limits, but again, I'm going to have to move them, and we may even just close them if price hits 50%. I'm just going to stay away. Like, I want to take buys too, but again, like, I'm very sell biased right now. If we end up expanding higher, maybe we catch a 30-second higher. But at this point, yeah, guys, I am canceling the limits because we hit equilibrium, which was our target. Premature. Not premature. We actually hit it like we were supposed to. We could take buys off of this, but I'm just like really sell biased, and obviously like I could be wrong, but that's why I wanted to take these sells. That's why. Just because, again, like I knew that if price continued to sell off, it's fine because we took sells. If price was going to buy back up, either way, if it's going to buy back up, typically we're going to come down and retrace into the 50%, which was our target. So, but again, going back to legacy. So obviously when you add something, I would suggest going to the settings and then turning off high and low, because these will all be checked off so check these off. Horizontal grid, vertical grid, watermark, check all those off. I'd say even take off volume and data, take off OHLC levels. Those will all be checked on. It'll just look a little bit clearer. It'll look like this. And then if you want to do a bracket order, so this is a bracket order. Typically, it's always going to be on trade LMT, where you can just adjust your contracts here, buy or sell. And then you could right-hand click to, create some type of stop loss or take profit. But I'd just say it's simpler to do trade bar over here. It's like a drop down, press trade bar, opens it up. You can adjust your contracts up here. Obviously, if you just want to sell, you can sell. If you want to buy, you want to buy. And then you can also turn on like automatic TP and stop loss. So like, let's say we wanted to have a 40 tick stop loss or 40 tick TP, 20 tick top stop loss. If we hover over sell, obviously it's already marked up for us. Same thing with buy. If we want to do LMT, so a limit, it will show us like if we do a sell limit up here, once we sell off, that's where our stop loss is above and TP below. So also we got a YouTube channel. If you don't know, Legacy Funding has a YouTube channel that you can go check out. We have a bunch of explanations on there and like how to use the actual platform and stuff like that. That's something I genuinely recommend before you just start diving deep into it, just so you don't make any mistakes. Honestly, I love DX trades. Like once you learn it, and it's honestly pretty easy to learn. Beautiful. Again, even if you have to risk one contract on M&Q at the start, do it. Like, but again, I love it. So did end up selling off. Obviously, I wish we could have caught that. Not in any buys. I'm not in nothing right now, guys. I'm just kind of waiting to see if we're going to continue to sell off. We got a lot of bearish volume here. I really wish we would have got something here. Really fucking wish. But again, we're not always going to catch them all. I sound like a Pokemon YouTuber. But again, we're going to see. We could just end up ripping here. I'm not getting in buys. Obviously, we definitely could just because we're within this bullish structure, I guess you could say. And we still have Tokyo High sitting higher. Yeah. It's actually not bad, to be honest with you. I just don't like how much volume came into play there. I really don't. I'm not in buys, guys. I'll tell you if I enter. It's just really good because within this 5-minute like structure here, we had a pullback into 50%. We expanded higher, had another pullback. And ultimately, we can expect price to expand higher. Just the one thing I don't like is one look at the hourly, pretty crazy top wicks, bearish candles. Same thing here. We've been printing pretty strong to the downside, filling this imbalance. So that's what's kind of like leaning me just a little bit away. Like, just be patient, There's really no reason to rush anything, guys. I just kind of want to see what happens. When will we see your Lambo? I don't know, soon. We'll see. I do need to get a crazy car. I want to get something crazy, but I wouldn't tell anyone like when I'm gonna get it or what I'm gonna get. I would just pop out with it. Who thinks it's gonna buy it from here? This would have been optimal entry, but I just don't want to take. Obviously, I don't care about taking losses, but it's just like it'd be one of those trades where like it's just like I guess we have liquidity sweep decently, have break of structure. We don't really have imbalance, so I guess like if we're to use our probability checklist, like we have 80% trade score again. It's still decent enough, but again, like I still have a little bit more context when it comes to my system, and it's just like a one of those things where again, like looking at higher time frames, just not all it. I won't tell you how much right now everybody signs. Yeah, exactly. Buy a fucking NASCAR. Crystal, where you been? About to get on your head. I see you typing. Crystal, of course I'm gonna buy you a Lambo. I'm gonna get you a rainbow Lambo. Okay, so we actually could see a setup here on the 32nd. If we end up wicking these lows or even breaking these lows, but then we come back up and break these internal highs here, like this internal structure, and start trending on the 32nd, I will take that. Because at that point, we have so much confirmation for buys. So much. But we'll see. We may just react off this fair value gap. So like Guru, like this is where like I do like in a sense like sometimes like look at fair value gaps and like just seeing, okay, like price did obviously have a nice little bearish impulse to the downside, left some imbalance or fair value gap, whatever you want to call it, you know, and just seeing how price reacts off it. Obviously, if we have a nice little topic off of it and we see price start selling off, we know price probably will continue to sell off. Or if we just see price kind of shoot right through it with volume, you know, it's, you know, just kind of a nice little confluence. Past 2 weeks I've been busy, so it's actually flexed. That's fucked. Yeah, I know. I was wondering where you're at, to be honest. Locking in again before finals. Finals must suck. That's why I didn't go to college, dude. Honestly, like I think about it, like I have some friends who are in college, and like I'll be chilling with them. Like, I gotta go do homework, and I'm like, homework. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no hate. Like, I'm not hating. I'm just like, I can't imagine myself right now just like doing homework. Like, I really, like, I'm not, nah. Like, I'm not saying I'm a lazy piece of shit, but fuck homework. Oh my God. Hated that shit. I remember, I don't know why. I think it was like, I don't know what year I was in high school. I took like a coding class, and we had to build an app. And I was like so excited to get in this class. And then we get in there. Like, it was pretty cool, but like, it was just so boring. It was so bad. Like, and at the end of the year, we had to create like a app or something. Hated that shit. Oh my God. Throwing shots at Mark. Nah, I love Mark. Again, I'm not saying school is a bad thing. It's not. You know, but like, especially if like you're really like looking to learn something specific, but like again, like it just wasn't necessarily like my passion. It wasn't my goal. It wasn't like, I guess you could say, what I was meant to do. Like I genuinely think I was meant to do something else. And even if I did go to school, like I'd probably still be trading, but maybe not, you know, like that's the thing. It's like, you know, if I would have fallen into that school mindset, which isn't a bad mindset, but if I would have just solely been on school, you guys probably wouldn't know me. I'll be honest with you. You know, Botany gang. I see exactly. I don't know anything about that. Nothing. All right, we are continuing lower again. That's why I didn't want to initially take buys off this structure, waiting for even additional confirmation. We'll see. I mean, we obviously like we could play as far as these lows and still stay valid within that buy structure or that bullish structure. If you're trading, what do you need for school? Yeah. Yeah. Like I used to want to go to college, guys. Like, you know, but like my mindset was too, and like I think back to this is like even when I didn't know about trading, I did want to go to college, I always want to do something with business. Like I knew I was gonna be a business owner. I knew I was gonna like own a business. I knew I was gonna be a fucking big shot, like a big dog. I got like no ego, no nothing. Like it's just how I am. Like it's just how I feel. Like honestly, like straight up, it's just I. So like even if it wasn't trading, like I would have definitely been somewhere. I'm doing business right now in college. Fire. Expanding horizons without trying to do that. Yeah. I've probably learned a lot more about business from actual business owners, but I can't say that because I never went to business school. Okay, but I can definitely say I've learned a lot of stuff that generally surprised me. All right, so we're actually breaking these highs here. So let's lock in for a second. We could end up waiting for a break of these highs and just playing a higher. One thing I honestly want to do is if price is going to continue to trend, I believe we're going to get it. Like we're going to see a clear fucking trend. So I'm going to let this trade play out. Unless we break these highs as well and we have really good displacement, I'll take the first setup. But if we end up start dipping back right now, I kind of want to take it. I don't know. I usually like waiting for the second one around, especially on the 30-second. And what I mean is like we have our first setup that plays out and then we wait for the second one. And then we take the second one. And we're just expanding. Maybe we should have taken the 1 minute. But I think we'll get 30-second here. I like that break here. A lot better break. Do some calculations here. Really good expansion too, really good displacement. So 10. Just make sure we adjust 10. All right. So we're going to be risking 10 contracts on MNQ for a $500 risk, or NQ, sorry. If you're on MNQ, as long as our stop loss doesn't adjust and move, on MNQ, you'll be risking 25 contracts. Obviously, if you want to risk less, if you want to risk half of 500, and it just said 25 contracts on MNQ for 500, do like 12. I knew sitting at school wouldn't fit my purpose. I feel that. Ah, fuck. I mean, I think buys are right, but I think your stop was where it's at. Like, because honestly, I think this is like my stop would have been down here if we would have entered on this leg here. This is the structural low all the way down here. This is the last low that led to that break eventually. Fucking A. If we just take off and not have our... Again, like I didn't want to take the 1 minute for a reason, but I'm hoping we at least get the 30-second. All right, so obviously stop loss is getting adjusted. So we're now sitting at like a 12-point stop loss, which shouldn't be much of a difference. Price W2 contracts, yeah. Again, it's different with NQ. Like I'm probably either under or over risking, but my MNQ is bugged on this account for some reason. So you'd be risking 20 contracts on MNQ if you wanted to risk $500 on this trade with the same size stop loss as me. 2. Oh, make sure that order limit's off. Nope, wrong one. We were about to help ourselves. All right, we're gonna place in. Hope price just pulls back into it. We can catch a nice little. Oh my god, I hate when it does this. Okay. See what we can do. Again, everything's kind of aligning. We have the 5 minute within this bullish structure here. Facilitated the pullback. And then what do we see after that facilitation of the pullback? We can go down to the 1 minute. We see 1 minute expansion to kind of confirm direction. Had another pullback. And obviously our next, target would be the continuation into these, last highs. So That's why I'm looking for that 30-second internal structural break back into those highs, because I do think the probabilities do sit higher for us going into these highs. But nonetheless, again, like price could just straight shot up in there, and we just kind of miss out. But let's see what happens. We could come deep too, guys. We generally could come deep, like to fill this imbalance here. Hey, question, I'm not which yeah. I mean, I believe you can. I would just chill, get your payout, to be honest, though. Or just get another account. Like, you're about to get 2.5K. Get another account, just start writing it up. You should be able to, though. You got buffer. Then you can't. Is demo mode an option? I don't believe so. I don't believe we have a demo. Like, it always says demo, no matter if you passed it or whatever, it's always going to say demo up here. So, like, a lot of people, like, get worried when they pass, and, like, it still says demo, that it's, it's fine. But no, we don't have, like a practice mode or anything like that. Maybe that's something we do add, if, that's something you guys want to see, where, you have, if you buy a 50K account, you get, like, a practice account with it, or you have your regular one, your challenge account, and then you can go and practice on the demo one. Maybe we'll do something like that for you guys. We better get the fucking pullback all the way in. On the bottom, it's always gonna say that, because it's like, how do you say it? I mean, even with, like, Apex and stuff, like when you accept Apex, it says simulation funds. All right, looks like we could get entry, guys. The YouTube channel, I got you right now. All right, we're in buys. Hopefully price just reacts and rips, guys. If not, we're fucked. I do not want to take another loss. I'm not feeling like it. There we go. Get us into 101. Don't come back down. All right, once we hit these highs, 101, guys, we're going to break even. I'm in, by the way. Once we hit these highs, those highs will be our 101. We'll be at break even. We'll be risk free, and we'll just look for a nice little 1 to 2. But I'm just hoping we get that push in there. Have a risk free trade. Hopefully we can get our full 1 to 2, make back. Like, I already made back yesterday's losses, and more. Like, again, I made like 2,000 during New York, but how much should you move? I mean, that's up to you. I don't really really close contracts too often for NQ. It's either like once we hit 101, I'd say once we hit 101, then take off some contracts, but it depends on like how much like you're risking. But if you hit 101, I'd say maybe close. It's up to you. Like, you can close half and let the other half run. You can close, you can close 80% if you wanted to. Secure most of your position and just let the other 20% run. Yeah, you can close 10 micros once you get to these highs, and then just let the other 2 run. Because for all you know, price could just, like, obviously I'm going to go for 1 to 2, and I'm going to close my full position at 1 to 2, most likely, unless I'm trailing really hard. But nonetheless, like, price could just absolutely rip. Why? Because we have Tokyo High sitting over here too. Like, we could just absolutely rip. And that, that extra 2 micros you got on could be very clutch. But we'll see. We may not even win. We're kind of getting fucking baited right now. But again, I don't want to say I don't mind if price comes down. But at the same time, like, again, I told you guys too, we have a lot of imbalance right here. We could see price dip down real quick. But that's why my stop's all the way at these lows. Protected low. If price hits these lows at that point, we can say we're borderline wrong or too early and just call it a day. Truly. That's why they're there. That's why I use those stops. But I have a feeling we're just going to come down, tap demand, and look to shoot up from there. That's what I'm expecting of price. We'll see. We had a really good reaction off the rip. Like I really thought we were just gonna low-key just gonna flip and run, but obviously not the case here. Yeah, we'll see. Again, like I'm not tripping if it doesn't. Again, like I tell people all the time, like if you're not fine to lose, like don't trade with me. Obviously, we're not losing all the time, but nonetheless, like don't over risk if you're gonna trade with me. Just because again, like I feel like the biggest thing is like people come into like these streams, especially like when we're on a win streak, especially like when we're doing good. They're like, oh, I'm about to make $1,000. I'm gonna over risk. It's the one day I lose. It always happens, guys. It's not just me. Like it happens on Luca's stream, happens on Mark's. And again, the reason I talk about this is because it's a genuine problem. Like it's a genuine problem with a lot of people. And if it's a problem you're having, I'm not like hating on you. I'm just saying, like, look, if you're gonna come and trade with any of the streamers in here, have appropriate risk. I even tell like my students, if you're gonna trade with different people, like me, Luca, okay. Because if you guys don't know, me and Luca do run, mentorship where we teach, a couple students. If you're gonna trade with both of us, like have two different accounts, because at the end of the day, like me and Luca do trade very similarly, but one day, like we could both lose. And if you're trading on the same account, you're gonna take 2 losses. Where I took 1 loss, Luca took 1 loss, so we're fine, but you took 2 losses because you're trading the same account. Obviously, there could be the days where me and Luca both win, and you take the same 2 trades on the same account, and you have 2 wins, great. But again, like just came for the fun of it. See if we're gonna win or lose. We'll see. I like the setup. Again, like we're in total alignment. Even if we lost here, like there's nothing wrong with this trade. Like if I were to go over it, again, we had liquidity sweep. We have imbalance. This is a 100% probability trade. We have higher time frame alignment. This is again my bread and butter here. I mean, my bread and butter is truly pullback trades. So like, but this is still 100% trade score within like my system. Like what, like the 5 things that I look for every single day. These are a must. If obviously if one of them like imbalance or liquidity is not there, I'll still allow myself to take it. Sorry, but if break of structure is not there, I'm not taking it. But it still tells me again we're still a very high probability of winning here, especially like if I look at the other factors within my system. Like I said, we had a pullback of this 5-minute leg, had a nasty reaction off of it. And then after that reaction, we saw price starting to flip trend within the 1-minute structure. So that's why, again, I'm, in a sense, betting that price is more probable to go higher than it is to go lower. I hate using the word betting, but it's the easiest way to fucking explain things. Give me that spike, bitch. Oh my God, go to break even. Break even, guys. Whew. Good thing it didn't go the opposite way. I'm at break even, guys, risk free. Let's just hope price continues to run. If it is, I don't know if there's news or something's happening right now. Pretty big spike, pretty gnarly. Can't even lie to you. Way different reaction on DX trade, but we're at 101. So again, for Nicholas, again, you could probably close 10 micros here. Secure some profits. We could secure 500 here. But I think I'm gonna let it run to 1 or 2, especially with this much volume, guys. We have a lot of volume here. I think we have some room to run. We'll see. We'll see. But again, I'm at break even. So if we even come back down, like I'm not losing anything. Like I could care less, to be honest with you guys. What a rip! What a move! Love that. What's Dax doing? Nada. Wait, actually. Push. Push. See, the one thing is too, like when we leave like this much imbalance, like one thing I don't like is as we break this internal high, like this internal high that we just played off, we play this bullish leg, had a pullback, obviously have this next expansion. Like I'm just hoping price just gains, like obviously just pushes with volume into our 1 or 2. But one thing that could happen, just like we did over here, just like we did once we broke structure here, what do? We had a pullback, right? And especially when there's a lot more imbalance left within that leg, I feel like pullbacks are, obviously it's not 100% guarantee, but the probabilities are higher that we'll see that pullback a lot sooner. So when we leave imbalance like this, it kind of sucks, just because price could dip back, come all the way down, take us out of break even, since obviously like this is our new structural low, and then it could rip higher. I might just move my stop loss to 101, to be honest. We could do that. Boom. We're going to do that. So basically we make $500 today, or we make more. I'm fine with that. I'm not going to push it, especially because like I want you guys to at least make back the loss from yesterday. And then obviously, like I just said, we could dip down pretty far. So it'd suck if we just got wicked out right there and price just absolutely fucking rips. But again, price may end up, so I'm out, guys. I'm out maybe $500. So basically just 101 today, nothing crazy. But again, price may end up dipping down. Our break even is right here. Keep in mind at this line, price may dip down all the way down here, potentially take us out of break even and then go higher, because again, it could just be facilitating a pullback of this new bullish leg, which again, this is actually another entry here. This is like, I could actually say that like price could end up continuing to obviously trend bullish here within this new leg. So at 50%, you could enter again, to look to either retake highs or again to continue with that bullish structure into eventually, I'd say, the fuck is it at? Oh, here, Tokyo highs. But honestly, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm fine with that. I'll be good. We're Gucci. Turn this off. But again, another beautiful trade. I told you guys it was 100% fucking trade score. Told ya. There's no cap in my rap, guys. I'm just tired, guys. Sorry I'm not fucking like celebrating shit. I'm just so beat right now. What do you think of this? What is that, NQ? Final TP, 2 micros at the highest fire. I got my lines marked up. If we break the first 10. Okay. Yeah, you can wait for that high. That high is about a little bit more than a 1 to 2. That high is about a 1 to 2.4, which still isn't bad. Like, I do think we have room to go higher. Yes, like I could have held at break even, but nonetheless, I'm fine. I'm fine with $500. Like, I don't need to rush anything, truly, especially because there's still risk on the table of us having a deeper pullback, getting taken out of break even, not making any money on the trade, and then like we could have closed partials, but I'd rather just close full, to be honest, and at least get it, nice numbers. 5 minute scary, no bottom wick. Hold on. Oh, this fucking clutter. Nice. Where's your stop loss? Guys, I exited. I exited at 101. I'm out. Again, once price push past these highs, I typically don't do this. But I told you guys, like, I want to at least make sure we secure the loss from yesterday. Once we got to this high, I moved my stop to this high, and it wicked it out. And the reason I did that again is just because we could be looking at a potential deeper pullback here. So again, my stop was originally at break even. So price could have a deep pullback. Obviously, it could hit our break even and still stay within that bullish structure and still go higher. Where at that point, we're basically just leaving money on the table. Like like I'd rather take the profits up here than knowing that we, are faced with a potential deeper pullback where we would have made nothing today. So, let's go, Maya. Fire. Yeah, honestly, learn DX. I linked the YouTube. Go watch the YouTube. There's a bunch of videos in there. It's super helpful. And honestly, I love DX trades now. I actually, like, I'm not even like being biased. Like, I actually love it. I don't mind it whatsoever. Beautiful trade though, guys. W day. Again, sorry I'm not as hyped. Like, sick, and I'm fucking tired. Yeah, Legacy has DX, then. Go use code Nick. Get yourself an account. Discount on me. I mean, you guys are still, if you guys entered where I entered, you guys are still definitely sitting at a 101. For sure. Again, like, there's still upside potential too. And I know, like, I say that, and you're probably wondering why I exited again. Like, it's just one of those things where, again, I'm fine with $500. Like, it's fucking $500. Like, you know. So either make 200 and be at break even for now, or I make, I don't know, remove partial line, first line, second line, full TP. I'd say, again, like, I can't have too much of an opinion because, again, like, I do what I do based off data, guys. Like, the way I exit, like, again, like today I said I typically don't exit like that. No, I typically, if anything, take partials or just hold the full 1 to 2. But just based off my prior knowledge of understanding that we have a lot of imbalance down here, I think even if it doesn't necessarily happen, I still think the probabilities are decently high that price will end up pulling back, filling all this imbalance, which would have taken us out of break even. And then at that point, we're making no money rather than making, you know, $500. Would you rather make $500 or make no money? I'd rather make $500, to be honest with you guys. Again, like I said, we still had upside potential, and price may just end up ripping from these areas. And if it does, okay, what does that tell me? Okay, we could have held a 1 to 2. Doesn't mean I'm going to be mad at myself. Doesn't mean I'm going to be upset or revenge trade. No, it's just the understanding that, okay, you know, like, I made an executive decision in the moment based off prior knowledge of how price moves and how price will come down to fill in balance. And, you know, if I was right, great, I'm glad I made the decision. If I wasn't right and price did end up running to 1 and 2, you know, at that point, okay, like, I still don't consider myself wrong because I had to make a decision split second. I still made $500, you know? No, I don't think so, Maya. I'm not saying I've tried it. I haven't. But I'm pretty sure it's frowned upon by a lot of prop firms. So, change my name so it's easier to say. Send. Yeah, so much easier. I know. I was struggling to say XSR. But yeah, Nicholas, again, like, my rant was basically about you. Not about you, but, like, was based off your question. When it comes to, like, how you're going to exit, I say this is why it's super important to have a plan, have a system, and start applying it. So, like, in your trading, Nicholas, start getting data, start journaling, start marking down every trade, because over time you're going to start to see, okay, let's just say for now you take partials at 1 to 2, 1 to 1. Let's just say at 1 to 1 you take partials, let the rest 1. You may start to notice over time, okay, maybe I can hold to my full 1 to 2 because 8 times out of 10 price just went to my full 1 to 2. And, you know, me taking partials at 1 to 1 ultimately, you know, drops your profit significantly. Okay. But if you start to notice that, you know, you are taking a good approach as far as you're taking partials at a good point, because once price hits 1 to 1, you know, let's say 7 out of the 10 trades after 1 to 1, price does end up coming back down to your break even. At that point, at least you're securing some type of money. That's why data is so important, guys. Like, data is key to just understanding your system and understanding if what you're doing, especially at early stages, like, what you're doing is correct. Like, the reason I still get data is because, again, like, things can change, right? And the big thing too is, like, if I'm starting to notice trends where it's like, obviously I can make more money just based off the fact that, you know, like, maybe I'm taking partials too early, and price is happening to run more likely than not, especially at high volume hours, then it'd be stupid of me to not change anything. Like, it would be, because at that point I'm just leaving money on the table because what? Because of an ego? No, that's why I love using data to my advantage and seeing, okay, what is my trades over a 6-month period telling me? Truly. What's up, Henry? Henry, you missed the fucking trade. That's probably why we won. No, we actually lost yesterday and you weren't here. I was kind of upset about that. I think the whole chat missed you, Henry, to be honest with you. Honestly, Crystal, yeah. But we did just come off a win streak. We lost yesterday, but we were on a win streak. How's your liquidity, Crystal? Why didn't you get in with me? Looks like we're pumping a 1 and 2, guys. So again, like this is an example where again, like I'm gonna go back and when I get this in my journal, I'm gonna say like I took out at 101, or I didn't necessarily take out, but I trailed really hard. We are pumping. Wow, we are pumping. But again, what happened? Price never really had that pullback that I expected it to have, and it just instead continued to pump with volume. Okay. I'd say obviously we had good conditions for price to continue higher. One thing I am nervous about though is like this area here. Okay. Obviously we still would have got the 1 to 2, but price is somewhat reacting off the area. We could react off of it to continue lower. But nonetheless, again, when it comes to the data, again, everything was correct, right? Obviously our checklist, it was 100% trade score. Obviously using the calculator, made sure we calculated. Again, it was perfect calculation, guys. 2 contracts. Again, I wanted to risk 500 with a 12-point stop loss on NQ. Told me 2 contracts right at 101, a little bit above it. We made it to 520. So everything was correct. Nothing was wrong, other than the fact that in this case we didn't hold to 1 to 2. Okay, even if we would have took partials at 101, we still would have only made like 600-700. And I'm not trying to make a little joke here, okay? But we probably would have only made an extra $100, to be honest with you guys. You're on vacation without me. So Nick is saying we move the partial now because I didn't like the counter closure, but Safa is in profit if we were to the higher move other 2 micros thing. Of course, Nicholas. So you have a winning day? How much do you make so far? Did anyone win with me? You guys better fucking entered. Like I told you guys to enter. Let me know if you entered. Again, we took this first initial trade over here. Okay. Beautiful. Easy. See, Maya's dancing over here. Why aren't you dancing, Henry? Because you didn't fucking take it. I need some more energy from you, Henry. I know, Henry. Send me a DM on fucking what's it called? Discord. I'll send you my digits. Watch me just get spam called fucking middle of the night. Oh my god. What do you think it's going to do now? Oh my bad. Just price clearly still has a lot of bullish volume here. So I do think so. Like again, if we go to the higher time frames, the reason I anticipated like sells like from a longer term standpoint is one, like when we're overextended, I'm always expecting sells. Okay, but nonetheless, that doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna sell. 2, again, like when it came to the buying scenario here, 15-minute was bullish for the 5/15 minute. We had a pullback. After that pullback, what do we see on the 1 minute? We saw, the next expansion higher to confirm that we are now not only bullish within the swing structure, we're bullish within the internal structure. Had a pullback, and then we took even like I could say we took the fractal structure. We took the confirmation of these fractal highs being broken, and we just played that structure up. Okay, so I think we still have buy potential. So like you could actually here, like you could play this new leg. So obviously this was our first initial low. Had to break higher. This is where we entered. This is where we broke. So this would be our new low. This is our new high. You can definitely play this. Okay. But the one thing you guys got to keep in mind, and this is like the understanding of multi-time frame analysis, is if we break this high, since we haven't broke this high, you can play this as your low because you're playing the internal structure right now. If we break this high, different story. Because now once we break this high, it goes from the 30-second internal structure that we're playing, or dare I say the 30-second fractal structure that we were playing, and it now is breaking a 1 minute high. So at that point, where's the last low that led to that 1 minute swing structure break? Again, we're playing the internal structure. This is swing structure over here within the 1 minute. So once we break swing structure, now we have to play from the swing low. So our swing low would be all the way down here. We'd have to make sure our fib's marked from the low, and let's just say that's our high. So at that point, if we break these highs, make sure you understand that we're now breaking a swing high, meaning we have to play the swing low of that new, swing break, okay, or that swing bullish leg, okay. So again, keep that in mind, right? But again, we haven't broken it yet, so you technically could play the internal structure until then, right, which is from this low to this high. If again you don't understand that, I have YouTube videos. Also, I will be hosting webinars soon, guys. Again, follow my Instagram and stuff like that. Just kind of help you guys out, especially because like when it comes to stuff like this, it's just a little bit, confusing. What do you take, Damon? UK 100 or DAX? I didn't enter. I checked out UK 100 DAX and spikes. Fuck up. Joris, his second time. I'm going over to your house. Henry texted me, guys. Hold on. Drop those digits. Why do you want my digits so bad? Hold on. I'm almost scared now how bad you want my fucking number, Henry. Kind of scares me a little bit. Oh yeah, Lormings. Need that chair set up, Crystal. How do you request payouts? Did you pass your account and run it up? It's like a time I don't. That's a drink as fuck. I would kill for his digits. If I want to play this leg, do I wait for pullback down to low? If you want to play this internal or this like this fractal leg here on the 32nd, wait for a pullback at least into 50%. And I'm going to explain why I always say at least at 50%. So this is the ideology behind it. You ever heard of the term buy low, sell high? Right? So the terms in a sense buy low, sell high is buying a discount or selling premium. So in the case that we're sitting in right now, we're obviously bullish. Okay. So price, let's start from here. Price obviously pushed up. Okay. It was in a premium pricing, a higher pricing within that leg. We pushed down into a discounted price. This is where we entered. It is now discounted anything under the equilibrium, right? Or at equilibrium, it's equal value. So therefore, I would always say institutions of banks are more likely to buy at a cheaper price, especially paired with like direction and trend. It's beautiful. Okay. So obviously we ended up ripping higher. That's where we caught our, W today. Now we're sitting here. So on this new leg, same thing, right? We just push into a premium price. We just push into a higher price. So therefore, if we're going to continue higher, obviously we could just end up ripping higher. Yes. But that just overall expands our range. But most of the time, once we make a new high, we will dip back down into either equal value or discounted price before continue within our trend. And we see this all the time. We always see waves like patterns within the markets. Like again, I can go to the higher time frames. Let's go to a different any chart. And what do we see here? Bullish structure, pullback, bullish structure. What do you think is going to come next? Probably end of the week, pullback. Okay, same thing, all time frames. Okay, it's super simple. It's not like super simple, but I'm not taking this trade, guys. By the way, I'm not taking this trade. I already made my money. I don't need to do anything. But we'll watch it. Again, I'm not taking this trade. I'm not saying it's not good. Okay, but I think we caught a pretty good move here. I wouldn't want to force anything. If you guys missed the first trade, again, take this at your own risk. Just know the fact that I am not taking it. On Alpha Premium, the prop firm. A good old cotton candy setup. I do more for Marquis digits, bro. I'll leak that shit instantly. But again, yeah, I'm not going to take this trade, guys. We're gonna, honestly might just see how it plays out. I might just get off. I'm fucking tired. Like, I'm actually beat. It's bad. We'll see, though. Again, I think I'm out of here, guys. Again, beautiful day. Obviously, thanks to Edge Matrix. Got us right. Nonetheless, again, that being said, beautiful day. Hope you guys made some profits with me. If you guys made some profits, if you guys are still here, and a lot of you guys left after making some money, spam a little W for me. Fire. We got Lenko over here. Spam a little W if you made some money. I made some money. Hope you guys did too. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully another day. Hopefully another winning day. That being said, guys, again, tomorrow. Wait, I always forget about YouTube. Fuck. Hold on. Fucking YouTube. Okay. Did you already do a trade yet? Yes, Laurie. My bad. We caught W. We got a buy over here. What was it? These buys. We caught these buys over here. You could take these buys, but I'm not taking them. I'm done for the day. We'll see what happens though. I'm out of here, guys. Later. Later, YouTube.